You know what got me? It was the fact that he hates milk so passionately. Like, grow up. I am absolutely loving this book.
Maybe all men are drugs.
Tisanas. I don't know how to pronounce her name. And I don't know. I'm like not hating it, but the thing is I'm not connecting with our two main characters. Hello book friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylin and I hope you are doing so lovely. Welcome to your new weekly vlog. Not a weekly reading vlog because I feel like my vlogs aren't reading focused anymore. There's reading involved, but it's mainly my life. So I hope that's okay with you guys. Nothing's changing other than the title, and that's it. Okay, so it is actually Tuesday, and the reason why I'm starting my vlog on Tuesday instead of Monday is because I don't know if you'll be able to tell if you can hear. I am getting over a cold, a bug. I'm not really sure what it is. I just know it's not COVID. It's day 5 of the cold. I'm feeling okay. I'm just like congested a little bit. Reason being why I didn't start the vlog on Monday like I typically do is because yesterday I literally was coughing so much that I couldn't even really say a full sentence without needing to cough. So I just thought, you know what? I'm not even gonna like stress myself out about it, and I'm just like not gonna introduce the vlog on a Monday, and that's okay. So please forgive me, but I'm here now. It is Tuesday. I don't know what time it is. I think it's like 6 o'clock in the evening. I don't know, but I'm here to welcome you to the vlog, and we're gonna go over reading plans and life plans. So let's do the TBR. Last week I ended the weekly vlog by reading Reckless, the first book in the Chestnut Spring series. However, since then, I have actually DNF'd Reckless. It's just not for me. I need to stick with what I know, and that is that I don't like the majority of romance books. Majority of Kindle Unlimited romance books, I don't like. I don't want to say all of them because that's not fair to every single book that's out there, but literally every single Kindle Unlimited romance book I pick up, I DNF. I just couldn't do the whole... You know what got me? It was the fact that he hates milk so passionately. Like, grow up. Grow up. If you hate milk, that's fine, but don't get so angry over someone giving you a drink with milk in it. Like, Jesus. So I was like, I can't. And then also, like, how every single chapter started with a text message conversation, which feels very juvenile and young adult, and this was supposed to be an adult romance. And to make it more adult, the author threw in how the dad was commenting, hopefully he doesn't get in your pants or let him keep his dick in his pants. Literally every single text message, and I was so sick and tired of it. I DNF'd it. I couldn't read it anymore. But I then went and started Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros, which is the author that wrote The Fourth Wing. And I've heard a lot about this book, so I went in and I tried it, got 5% in, and I was like, nope, can't do this book because it was way too, didn't like it. And then I was like, okay, Guild, because I've heard a lot about L. Kennedy's Guild. And so I read it, got literally maybe a chapter in, if that, probably not even a chapter. Automatic DNF, because the way they were describing girls as saddles, if you catch my drift, is... If you're thinking of what a saddle is, that's exactly what they are. Okay? I'm putting it out there so you'll get my drift, so I don't have to say it. I was like, ew, DNF, goodbye. Done with it, I'm over it. I did not like the writing style either, even though I read maybe like 2 pages. I was like, no, over this. So I then tried Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadman. Absolutely loved it. I was like, Rob, for finally finding a freaking book on Kindle Unlimited that I love and I am obsessed with. I am a quarter of the way through Daughter of No Worlds, which is on page 124. I love this book. I cannot put it down. I understand why people are talking about this book. I was kind of scared to start it because I'm like, I don't want to hate it, because that typically happens with me with the book that like everyone's talking about, everyone loves. Track record is I've hated them. Every single one. I've hated them. And I don't know if that's because I built up this expectation in my head of it's going to be like the best book ever. And then it just doesn't. It's a swing and a miss. Sort of like Fourth Wing. A swing and a miss. Okay? I don't know. But Daughter of No Worlds, I could not put it down last night. I was in my book reading like this. Like I was falling asleep and I was like, no, one more chapter. I'd fall asleep. I'm like, no. We got to finish this chapter. So we just got to a very exciting part in Daughter of No Worlds. I don't even know how to explain what this book is about because I am really bad at summaries. So let me look up an actual summary for you guys. I'm going to read it. It says, a former slave fighting for justice, a reclusive warrior who no longer believes it exists, and a dark magic that will entangle their fates. Ripped from a forgotten homeland as a child, Tanasa, I know that's not how you say her name. I will look it up in a minute, but we're going to call it. Tanasa learned how to survive with nothing but a sharp wit and a touch of magic. But the night she tries to buy her freedom, she barely escapes with her life. Desperate to save the best friend she left behind, Tanasa's journey to the Orders, the most powerful organizations of magic welders in the world. But to join their ranks, she must complete an apprenticeship with Maxentarius, we'll call him Max, a handsome and reclusive fire wielder who despises the Orders. The Order's intentions are cryptic, and Tanasi must prove herself under the threat of a looming war. But even more dangerous are her growing feelings for Max. The bloody past he wants to forget may be the key to her future, or the downfall of them both. But Tanasi will stop at nothing to save those she abandoned, even if it means gambling in the Order's deadly games, even if it means sacrificing her heart, even if it means wielding death itself. Yeah, I really like it a lot, and I'm really shocked I'm really liking it, but I'm really, really loving it a lot. I don't know if I'm gonna binge the entire series, like back to back to back. I don't know. We'll see how this week goes with reading. But I'm reading it pretty quickly. As far as plans, I have work Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, I'm getting my hair cut. I'm pretty sure I need to double check with my hairdresser to make sure I have that date right. And I'm going to spend the day at my parents' house because where I get my hair cut is literally 5 minutes from my parents' house. So I'm just going to spend it up there with them. And I'm going to clean my car, inside, detail it. And starting on training one of my parents' dogs. I don't talk about this. I don't think I've ever talked about this, but I used to show dogs. I showed them for 4 years, so I know a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can kind of help them out a little bit with him, and I think that's it. Saturday I have no plans, which is good. Sunday I have no plans. Great. And then, yeah, that's pretty much the week. I was going to go into next week, and then I was like, and then we work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we're on the road to go see Taylor Swift on Friday. But that will come in next week's vlog. Yeah, a pretty boring week. This is kind of the lull week before, like, exciting things happen. So I'm kind of just, like, floating through this week, ready for it to get over with. I think once I get through this work week, I'll be like, let's go. It's T Swift time. But I'm trying to contain myself, even though Taylor Swift is literally next weekend for me, y'all. Which means next week's vlog for you guys will have my Taylor Swift Eras Tour show in it. I cannot believe it. It's already here. Okay. But that is it for me now. I'm going to go watch something and have a snack. And I probably won't talk to you guys until tomorrow. So I will see you guys then. Hello friends, happy Thursday. Have not talked to you guys since Tuesday. Reason being is this cold has kicked my ever-living butt. Today I am feeling better despite how I sound. I'm still a little nasally, but other than that, I'm feeling great. I do have major reading updates for you guys. Not major, but I have reading updates for you guys. So I forget what percentage I was on the book the last time I updated you guys of Daughter of No Worlds, but I am now 57% of the way through Daughter of No Worlds, and I'm on page 288, chapter 40, part 2. Are we part 2 or part 3? Hold on. Part 2. I'm on part 2 and it's called Fangs. So I am absolutely loving this book. I literally will lay in bed and read for hours. Like last night I stayed up until freaking midnight reading. And that I don't do that on work nights because I, am such like a routine person. Like I go to bed at this time, I wake up at this time. This book has me like chucking my routine out the window, and quite literally like I don't mind because I'm really loving this book a lot. And what I love most about it is the characters that are in this book. I freaking adore Max, and the one thing I love about Max is that he has such a soft spot for misfit people in the world, and I absolutely love it. And he's also the type of person that once I let you in forever, and I care about you like ride or die. I love you, basically, is what he is. So until you get past like those walls that he's put up, you ain't seeing the real him. But once you get past that, he is like the most loyal, loving person. And the way you just see his heart kind of open up to Tanasi and him start to care for her, and those feelings kind of develop of really caring for her and caring how she like goes through this ordeal that she's doing with becoming a member of the order. And it's just really sweet and touching to see him, who was so like against it at first and was so like, I refuse to do anything and blah blah blah, and he had this like crazy wall up for her, and to see it like being like knocked down inch by inch by inch, I freaking love it. I also really love all of his like friends. So Samarin, which is the healer, adore him. There's also, I forget her name because she's only mentioned like a little bit in the book. I don't know if she's mentioned anymore, obviously I haven't read the rest of it, but she is the hummingbird that was turned human. She's just like, when she first appeared on page, I was like, this is an odd person. Who is this? Like, what is her deal? And then when they said hummingbird, I was like, oh my god, yes. That is exactly, if you picture a hummingbird as a human, that's who she is. And I don't know, I think Max is really sweet when he wants to be. We've had a couple moments between them that you're just like the angst, it's building up, which I love. Like, this is definitely a slow burn, and I love it. This is not an enemies to lovers. I would not say this is an enemies to lovers because they didn't know each other, so how can you be enemies? We just got to the big part in the book where something was put upon Tanasi. You get my drive if you read this book. And the way Max was like, let me do it, I'll do it, like, all the vibes. I was like, oh my god, he like loves her. He loves her. Yeah, all in all, I'm really liking this book a lot, and I'm actually gonna sit down and read a ton. So tomorrow I was supposed to have my hair cut, but my hairdresser is actually on vacation, so that won't be happening this week, which I'm kind of bummed about because I was really excited to cut my hair because my hair is at a length. It's that awkward length that I feel like is awkward on myself. Like, it's not short. I mean, it's not long, but it's not short. It's like a medium length. And I found a picture of myself when I had like shorter hair, and I was like, I'm really a short hair girl. I love short hair on myself. And I was actually gonna get like curtain bangs, and I was really excited, but I'm hoping she can squeeze me in sometime next week before Taylor. If not, it'll get done when it gets done. But although I'd be lying if I said I was slightly relieved, because I was trying to figure out how the heck am I going to style my hair. A fresh, new haircut that has curtain bangs. I've never had bangs in my freaking life, and I don't know how to style them. So I'm like, maybe it's a blessing that it might not get done before Taylor, because at least with this hair, I know how to style my hair with this length. So I don't know, either or. So I have a free day tomorrow, and I kind of want to do the content day tomorrow just because I haven't had a content day in so long. I feel like I really need to catch up on content, aka film short form vertical videos, also take some Insta pics, also start filming my Sunday videos, which I gotta figure out which video I want to film. I'm gonna have to film 2 videos tomorrow because I won't have time to film next week because my days off, I'll be at Taylor Swift concert, so I won't have time. But the following week I will, because I'll be on vacation. Anyways, so yeah, that's kind of all I have for you guys. Nothing really exciting, nothing really major. So I'm actually going to read now, catch up on some booktube, and I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. Good morning, friends. Happy Friday. It is like 10 a.m. and I'm here. I'm about to do my makeup, and I thought I would chit chat, talk you guys through my favorite products, have a little lifestyle moment with you guys, but also chit chat about reading. So, and like what I'm doing today. I've already prepped my skin, and I wanted to show you guys some favorites of my skin. So I got these as samples, and I'm absolutely loving them. The first one is hyaluronic acid. I feel like hyaluronic acid is very important to put on before makeup because it plumps the skin and makes it hydrated. So we love that. And this is a new favorite. I am squeezing every last drop out of this product because this moisturizer is actually very expensive. But if any of you girlies, guys, theys, thems, whoever, you're a person, if you have oily skin and you struggle so much with oil control, I have a moisturizer for you guys. This is the Ultra Repair Oil Control Moisturizer by First Aid Beauty. Maybe I'm very old to this game. Maybe this has been around for, actually I know it's been around for a while, but I don't know. I don't see anyone talking about this. This is a game changer. I have tested this out. I've tested this out with wearing makeup and without wearing makeup, and it's game changer. I have very oily skin. I get oily in my T-zone. I actually get oily all over. Especially when I work, because I am a dog groomer, so I'm constantly moving. So this was the real test. I wore it to work. My oil, I mean, I did get oily, but not like I did without it. And it was just, I think it was more sweat than oil, but like, oh my God. I've been squeezing every last drop out of it because this is $40. But I may just have to get it because this is fabulous. So we're gonna do some sunscreen. Even though we're staying inside today, the lighting, the little UV rays coming in from inside are still dangerous. I'm just using the e.l.f. Skin Glow. This is not a sunscreen I like to wear on its own. I like to wear this under makeup. Reason being why I don't like to wear it on its own, because I feel like it's so glittery and just super, I just don't like the way it looks on my skin. I feel like it highlights my texture. Reason why I'm wearing it under makeup is because it has a little bit of a tint. So I'm gonna wear it there, and it'll just like, I don't know, I always wear it under my makeup. So we're gonna start with that first. And also, I have this weird thing where I don't think products that have like, say if it's like a moisturizer and it has SPF in it, I just don't feel like the SPF is as strong as if you were just to get sunscreen. So I just usually wear sunscreen every day. Legit, every day. You should wear sunscreen every day. I'm sorry to anyone who like doesn't give a shit about makeup or like doesn't really care, but my vlogs are both lifestyle and bookish related, so I wanted to throw some lifestyle stuff in there for you guys. So if y'all don't like this, I'll put a timestamp on when this section of the vlog is over with, so you guys can fast forward, because I know some people really don't care. They're just here for the reading updates, which is fine. Next up is I'm actually going to spray my face with the Make It Last. I was supposed to be talking about my favorites, not talking you guys through my makeup routine. So I'm just going to show you guys my favorite products really quickly, and then I'll do my makeup. So for eyes, this is my favorite eyeshadow. This is Space Cowboy by Urban Decay. You're not going to be able to see it, but this is what I wear on my eyes. If you ever see a picture of me with makeup on and it's sparkly, this is it. So this is a favorite. Also, my foundation is one of my favorites. This is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24-hour foundation. This is the best drugstore foundation on the market, I believe, in my opinion. My lip combination is it Teddy? Is that the Charlotte Tilbury one? But this is the cheaper version. This is the drugstore dupe. This is the NYX lip pencil in Peekaboo. And then the Revlon, is this Revlon? L'Oreal Paris lipstick in 173. There you go. So that's a favorite of mine. Oh my god, the color correcting things from e.l.f. are so good. I have a peach one for underneath my eyes and then a green one to cover up redness. And then last but not least, this is another favorite. This is the NYX Sweet Cheeks, and this is in Baby Doll, I believe. Yes, Baby Doll, this is my favorite. Those are all my favorites at the moment with makeup. I'm going to do my makeup. I'm going to listen to The Adventures of Amina El Sarafi because I am 40% of the way through, and I would really love to hit the 50% mark today. And I will come back when I'm done, and I will update you on my physical reading because I read a lot. So let me go do my makeup, and I'll be back very quickly. Very weird angle, but I was taking some Instagram pictures, hence why my mirror is here. And I just wanted to show you guys the outfit for my second video that I'm filming. I'm filming my summer TBR. So we have American Eagle shorts, Converse, they're the platform. Oh my god, look at the calf muscle, hello. And then this shirt is from Target. And that is the outfit. I'm gonna go film this video so I can change into comfies and have some lunch and then edit. I'm so tired. I've already filmed one video, taken a bunch of Instagram pictures and thumbnails, so we're good on that. But yeah, I'm gonna get going. Hi friends, it is much later. It's actually 1:30. I have been filming since 11 a.m. I have been taking Instagram pictures, filmed 2 videos. I didn't do any short form content, which is fine. I'm not feeling like I want to film any short form content, which is, you know, okay. Also, don't really like my makeup today. I don't know what is different about my makeup that I'm not liking. It just doesn't look right. I'm looking at myself, sorry, I'm looking at myself in the screen and I'm just like, something's different about my makeup and I can't really attest. It probably looks fine. Also, I'm gonna take my glasses off because there's glare. But I'm also testing the wear test of this makeup because this is what I'm gonna be wearing to the Eras tour, except I'm gonna have gyms. But yeah, I'm just testing to see how long it lasts. So far, it's been on since 10 a.m. and it looks pretty good still, so that's good. And it's lasts through filming in front of like lights that I was sweating. But I did tell you guys that I was gonna update you guys on my physical reading. Also, the 2 videos I filmed was a mid-year freakout and my summer TBR. So look out for those. Those should be coming. Actually, one should already be uploaded by the time this is uploaded, and my summer TBR will be coming this coming Sunday. Time Inception. But I actually fell asleep in the middle of reading. So I am 70% of the book. I have 2 hours and 8 minutes left. I really wanted to get under 2 hours last night, but I literally passed out. And I am on page 353. I'm not going to say where I'm at in the book because I obviously don't want to spoil anything for you guys. And no, I don't really have much else to say, except for I will say part 2 has been boring so far. Like, at least the beginning of it, I feel like I'm like right in the middle of part 2. And I think it's about to pick up, but it's just been boring. Like, literally, it's been boring. So it's kind of like, but I feel like something's going to happen and it's going to be great. As for my next read, I have actually, I've actually queued up 2 books. So I have this one that's called A Ship of Bones and Teeth by Karina Hale, I think is what it is. Hold on, it's loading. It says a standalone adult dark fantasy pirate romance retelling of The Little Mermaid is basically what it is. It looks like this. Can you see it? Yeah, it looks like this. I don't know how this is gonna go. I haven't heard really anyone talk about this book. We'll see if this is good or not. It says a dark fantasy. Is that what it is, or did it say a dark romance? It's a standalone dark fantasy romance. What does that mean? Does that mean like it's dark, like the romance aspect of it, and there's gonna be like trigger warnings and stuff like that? I don't know. We'll see how this is gonna go, but I've queued up that. I also have The Serpent of Wings and Night two that I kind of want to read. I am going to take a break with The Daughter of No Worlds. Like, I'm not going to go straight into the second book. Or maybe I'll pick up a romance. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm actually going to have some lunch because I'm starving. And then I'm gonna read a little bit while I have my lunch, but I need to start on editing my mid-year freakout tag because that's going up this Sunday for me. It was last Sunday for you guys, so I really need to get on editing that. It shouldn't take that long to edit, but you never know with me. Sometimes it takes me longer than expected, but I'm gonna go have lunch, read, probably watch Love Island 2, and I will catch you guys later. Here is the chicken all out of the oven. Look how freaking juicy that looks. So basically, while that's resting for 10 minutes, I have my Greek pita and I put on some barbecue sauce. I'm gonna layer my chicken, put a little drizzle of barbecue sauce, put on some mozzarella cheese, some red onion, and then when it comes out of the oven, drizzle honey. And that is my barbecue pizza.
But maybe all men are a drug. Sometimes they bring you down, and sometimes, like now, they get you so high. Damn.
Hi, it's 9 o'clock. I'm reading A Daughter of No Worlds. We just found out why Max really has his garden. Like, he literally just told this story, and then he said, so I made myself a garden, or what was his exact lines? He just said, well, I thought I could make a garden after telling the story, and I'm obviously not going to say it because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't read Daughter of No Worlds, but, and then he was like, you gave me that same feeling, Tanasi. I love Max with my whole heart. I love Max with my whole heart. Also, there was a part in the book that I highlighted that I really liked. Let me find it and I'll be right back because I don't have a tripod, obviously, and my arm's hurting, so hang on. Okay, so there was this quote that Tanasi said on page 378, chapter 53. She said, men want power because it makes them feel good. Women want power because it lets us do things. Yep. 100%. Sorry, Tanasi didn't say it. Nura said it. Is that how you say her name? I don't know. But totally agree. But I am 81% of the way through this book, page 4 something. So I'm going to finish it tonight, I'm pretty sure, because I have an hour and 24 minutes left. So I think I'm going to finish this book tonight, which will be really nice. Because I have yet to take my sleeping meds, so I won't fall asleep while reading this. But that was my little quick check-in. I probably won't check in with you guys until tomorrow morning. So until then, I look glamorous. You know what? It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm in my PJs. I have just finished a book. I need a sip of water. I have finished A Daughter of No Worlds on my Kindle, and here are my thoughts. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. I thought the writing was really good. I just loved how Tasani, is that her name? Tasani? Oh my god, I literally just finished it and I'm like, what's her name? Tasana's? I don't know how to pronounce her name. Tasana. You're gonna correct me. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I love how every single step in her life, she's been thrown into these battles and these obstacles, and she's had not an easy path in life. And I love, despite that, she's like, keeps on going. She keeps on trucking along. She's like, she knows her worth. She believes in herself. She knows she's strong. She knows she can do it. And she is determined. And I love that about her as a main character. I really thought she was great. Max, I thought, was a really good male love interest. The way he is just a sweetheart, but he kind of, I've said this previously, like in a previous clip, how he like has these really giant walls up, and he's like, portrays himself as like this hard ass type dude, but he's actually a freaking sweetheart. And once you get those walls down, he will care for you, and he's so loyal to you, and he will do nothing but stand by your side. And that was really proven in like the last probably 30% of this book. And I just really appreciate Max for that. And we love Max, okay? And I also really loved how this was a true slow burn romance. I love how like it took basically 400 pages to get to the point of where something romantical happens between them. And I loved that it was very well done. And I love that there was that buildup, that pining for each other, that angst. I just love it all how Calissa, the author, wrote it, and it was very well done. However, the one thing that I wish was different about this book is I feel like it was very much lacking in the world building, the politics, like just the whole magical system. I feel like we were just thrown into it, and it was like, oh, we have this power, but I don't know. It wasn't explained that well, at least in my opinion, coming from a person that reads fantasy books, and some of them are very well explained as to like this person does this power and blah, blah, blah. Like we got a little bit of it, but I feel like we could have had more. And a huge chunk of this book was we saw Tanasi, we saw Tiss, I'm just gonna call it Tiss. We saw Tiss and Max, and we saw them like building their relationship and like training, which is a huge part of the book, to be fair. But I kind of wish in between those moments we would have gotten like information about the world or the politics or like the magic system. I feel like it would have done so much for this book, because to be fair, this book was over 500 pages, and a huge chunk of it was her at Max's cabin training, and that was it. And then we go into like the second half of the book as the pact that she makes. I don't want to really say anything without spoiling anything. So I don't know. Those are kind of my thoughts. I did really like it. I am going to carry on with this series, but not right away. I want to take some time, really digest it. I did rate it a 3-star. I think it's more like a 3.5. I feel like if Max and Tiss didn't have the relationship they have, I wouldn't have liked this book as much, which is so odd for me, because I am not one to like pick a book based on the romance solely. I could care less if a book has romance, but when it does have romance, I want it to be done well. And I think in this book, I just wanted more world building, but again, didn't hate it because I really like Max and Tiss. I love them so much. So those are my thoughts. Now, for my next book, I have a couple queued up on my Kindle because I'm really enjoying reading on my Kindle. I feel like I go through phases with my Kindle where like I forget I have a Kindle, and then like randomly I'll open my computer drawer to like get something else out, and I'll be like, oh my god, there's my Kindle, duh, I have a Kindle, and I'll read it. But also I got Kindle Unlimited, which I had for a minute, and the books that were first on Kindle Unlimited, to be fair, weren't great. They weren't really my type of books. They're all like the dark, smutty romance books, and those weren't mine taste at all, which there's nothing wrong if that is your taste. Like, go off, queen. I love that for you. They're just not for me. And so Kindle Unlimited wasn't worth it. And then Kindle Unlimited started adding more and more books and more of my reading taste. And there was so many books that caught my eye that I'm like, I don't want to buy the physical copy because I don't know. I'd rather pay is it $12 a month that it is now, and read them. And if I love them, great, I only pay $12 instead of paying like $15, $20 for a book. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there's that with my Kindle. Also, I ordered stickers finally for my Kindle so I can be like all the cool TikTok Kindle girlies. And I ordered, well, I'm not going to order a case yet because it says my stickers aren't supposed to come in until the 28th of June or the 4th of July, like that span. Such a long span. So I'm going to wait to order a clear case and like a pop socket until my stickers are like shipped and on their way. But for my physical reading, I started this book last week and I was actually enjoying it. I wasn't hating it. And that is The Roughest Draft by Emily Wimberly and Austin by them. And this book, you are following two authors, I guess. They're not ex-authors because they're still authors, but they used to work co-authors, 2 ex-co-authors. I don't know if that's the correct term. And they wrote a very well-known book. It did really well, and they had something happen. They had a falling out. And so the guy whose name is Nathan, and then there's Katerina. Nathan continued on his author journey and was writing books, but they haven't sold well. And like his agency is like, we need you to write another book with Katerina. You have one left that's due out of your contract, and we need you to write. And he's like, good luck getting her to like agree to work with me. So basically, I think they go to Florida and they write a book together. And I'm really excited. I'm hopeful I'm going to like this book, and this is not going to be another romance that I DNF, because I'm quite frankly really sick of DNFing romances. I don't want to say I've given up on romance, but like I'm very close to giving up on just reading romance as a genre and just being done with it, unless it's like contemporary romance or like a book with romance in it, like another genre, a subgenre, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I started this last week. I got 3 chapters in, so not very far in at all. But I am going to go hop into bed, probably read this until the sleeping meds have kicked in, because I was looking for my phone. My phone's here. I took my sleeping meds at like 10:30, so they should be kicking in like any time now. They take about like 45 minutes to like an hour to kick in, and it's now 11 o'clock. So pretty soon they should be kicking in. So we're going to bed right on time. So I'm going to go to bed, and I promise I will not talk to you guys until tomorrow. This is my last update, but I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, friends. Happy Saturday. I am really tired today because you know why? I started my rewatch of Sex and the City last night when I got into bed, and I stayed up till 2 a.m. watching it. You guys, I love that show so much. If you are a woman that is in your late 20s, early 30s, even in your 30s and older, and you have not watched Sex and the City, please do it. I love Sex and the City so much. Some of the stuff in the show was outdated, obviously, because it was made in the 90s, but like, it's so good. I love Sex and the City. I've seen it 3 times, and I just kind of wanted to rewatch it since this is my last year of my 20s, and I'm having a hard time coming to terms with that. I'm really like struggling with the fact that I'm really getting older, and I'm going to be in my 30s, and I'm having like a hard time of like processing that. Sex and the City is kind of a show that is about a group of women in their 30s, and it kind of makes me excited about my 30s to see them like still being, you know, doing the stuff I do, and I'm in my 20s. But the thing with that is, I think as a society, I think it's getting better, but we view like 20s like, oh my God, you're so young. And then 30s, I feel like growing up, especially in my generation, is when you're supposed to have your life together. Like, you're supposed to be married, you're supposed to have the kids already, you're supposed to have the nice house, you're supposed to be set in your career. And that's not true at all. Like, you're still growing up, you're still growing, so, and learning every day. So I think I'm just like having a hard time. I'm battling that. So, which is why I started Sex and the City, because I was like, let's just start this. It's our last year in the 20s. Maybe this will put your mind at ease. And it kind of has. I mean, I would be lying if I said I wasn't excited about my 30s. I've always felt like my 30s is really when I'm going to shine in my lifetime. I feel like that's really when I'm going to come into myself and be like so comfortable with who I am, and just like let go of all the stupid, silly things that we worry about in our 20s and younger, and just have a great time in life. And you know, and maybe this is one big thing I've always felt, that in my 30s, that is the year that I'm going to find like my person, my soulmate, my true love. I've always felt that, even though when I was in my relationship for 5 years, I was like, this is my person, this is who I'm gonna marry. Deep down, I've always felt like, know in your 30s that you're gonna find your person. So anyways, enough talk about that. I do have some reading updates. I actually read 50 pages of The Roughest Draft last night, and I'm liking it a lot. The one thing I don't like is Katerina's fiance. His name is Chris, and Chris is actually the agent of both Nathan and Katerina. Nathan and Katerina have wrote 2 books together. I think yesterday I said 1 book. They've written 2 very successful books, and each time they write, they go on these writing retreats. And the last time they wrote their one book called Only One or Only Once, something like that, and they were in the Key West, Florida area, and they were hauled up there for a couple months. Nathan was married. You know, there's speculations of them having an affair together. Something happened that made them like never speak again after that trip. And so in that period of time, she has gotten engaged to Chris, and Chris is not a good person. Chris, being her agent, manager, I think her agent, they're both agent, he's really pushing her to write more. And he literally, the first time we meet Chris, he's like, you don't respect me. If you respected me, you would start writing and doing your job. Like, this is my career, not only your career that's on the line, and da-da-da. And he's just like being a real ass to her. Oh, did you hear my voice when I said that? And the reason being behind it is because he's having financial trouble, because guess what? He poorly invested his money. So he's coming at her because he's angry at himself for losing his money and is broke because they haven't yet to combine their finances, which is smart of her. Thank God she didn't do that, because I feel like he would have like invested all their money away. And so he's like coming to her to write a book and all that, and they're like having this fight, and he's like, maybe I should find another wife. And she's like, he goes, oh, I'm sorry, like I'm just stressed, and like I love everything about you. And he's like listing things, and he goes, I love the writer you. And he's like, I just miss that version of you. What the fuck? And then a little bit later, he like comes to her office with white roses, and he's like, I'm sorry, you don't have to do the deal. Because the whole reason why they started up this argument was because he wants her to write one more book with Nathan, because they have one more book left on their contract. And that's what he wants her to do so that he can get paid, because he's stressing about money. And I think he likes the image of having like a famous author that he's married to. He loves the lifestyle. Like, she even mentioned that she would be okay if they downgraded their lifestyle, because she's going over their finances while they're like not talking because they just had this fight. And she's like, I would be okay with downgrading the house and the cars and all that, but he wouldn't be okay. He likes the image of having the big $4 million house, the Tesla, the being able to go to like Europe, blah, blah, blah. And so right there, it's like he just likes the image of being rich and having a very successful wife, and like being the person that's like guiding her and like making her successful, because he's her agent. So anyways, he comes with her to White Rose, and he's like, you don't have to do the deal. And she goes, no, we're going to do the deal, and this is it. And so Nathan and Katerina are supposed to go on this business call to discuss like what the plot is and like what's going to happen, like with all like the book company, the publishing company, and like their agents and all that. And Nathan pointed out a good point in this on the call. Katerina rarely talks. Like, I think she talks twice. And before she talks, Chris is like, Chris and Katerina here. And every time he says Katerina's name, he says Katerina second. And I didn't notice it. Like, that wasn't like a big thing to me. But the way Nathan explained it was like, he even puts her second. Like, he even puts her name second. He never puts her first, or her thoughts or her feelings first. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, the man is always first when he's like speaking about something, because he's like, Chris and Katerina here, Nathan and Katerina can do this. Like, it's never Katerina and Nathan, or Katerina and I, which is the correct term, Katerina and I. So yeah, I just found that very interesting. I am at the part of the book where they have gotten to the house that they wrote their second book, the final book that they wrote together. Well, not final, but their last book they wrote together. They have gotten to that house, and the house ended up being bought by Chris, which is the fiance, and he bought the house not knowing like the history behind the house. And so they're both in the house for this retreat, and she's like, we're gonna write it in 2 months. That's where I'm at right now. They literally just got there. Yeah, I am really liking it. I don't know how much more I'm going to read today, because I'm about to go to my parents' house, but I am bringing my laptop because I do need to edit this vlog. I haven't even started editing this vlog because yesterday I spent the day filming, editing, and scheduling one video. Well, I filmed 2, but I edited and scheduled one of the videos. So I really need to edit this weekly vlog. because this coming week I need to fully edit and schedule this coming Sunday's video for you guys, because I will be out of town. I'll be at the Taylor Swift concert and I'm on my vacation, and I particularly don't want to spend that time off stressed about editing. So I need to do that this coming week, so I won't have time to like edit this Monday and Tuesday or Wednesday, because I'll have to spend time editing one of those days, editing that vlog. Anyways, not that y'all care, but I don't know why I'm still holding this book, not even talking about this. But yes, I'm about to pack my bag. We're gonna go to the parents' house, and you guys will see B-roll of the dog and stuff like that. And I probably won't talk to you guys until tomorrow. I may talk to you guys when I get home. I'm not sure, but most likely I will talk to you guys tomorrow. So enjoy the B-roll of the doggies, and I will catch you guys later. I'm just casually sitting here editing, and it was pretty light in this room when I sat down, and that was about an hour ago. And I look up and I'm like, wow, it is dark. And I look at the sky. Look at this sky. It's gonna rain, which I'm actually not mad about, because that means after I'm done editing, I can just have a reading day. But I'm gonna go back to editing this weekly vlog. Hi guys, happy Sunday. Have not really talked to you guys today because Sundays are my days where I wallow on the couch and forget that it's Monday tomorrow. So that's why I haven't really talked to you, because I just like to ignore the fact that it's Sunday. Except this Sunday, I'm not as anxious as I usually am, because I'm ready just to get this work week over with, because then it's Taylor Swift time. Because I literally work only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'm on vacation until July 10th. I can hardly wait for a week off work. But anyways, I'm here to update you on reading, and then we're gonna end the vlog here because there's actually a tornado warning that's going to go into effect in about like an hour, despite the sun, because it's actually really sunny outside. Like, you guys look, watch. It's actually looks pretty beautiful outside, but it's gonna storm in an hour, and there's like a really good chance of tornadoes. There's supposed to be hail, powers are supposed to go out, so I need to charge my phone, and I thought I'd just end my vlog here. But let's talk about reading. So I am currently reading The Roughest Draft, and I'm 110 pages into this book. And I don't know, I'm like not hating it, but the thing is I'm not connecting with our two main characters. I just don't feel that giddy feeling I get when I'm reading about characters that are supposed to like have feelings for each other, and I'm just not caring like at all. And I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know why I'm not connecting with these two characters, because the premise of the book, I love the premise of the book, how like they were they used to write books together, and then they're coming back together, and they had something happen, and like the rekindling something. And I don't know why I'm just not like, Maybe it's because I'm not giving it my all. Like, I find myself reading and zoning out and then just like flipping a page. So that could be it. Or that could be like I'm just not into the book and I'm forcing myself to read this book. I don't know. I may give it like 50 more pages to see, and if I'm still feeling this way, I'll probably DNF it. But also, I know my next book I really want to read, which will start next week. So I'm just like, I don't know if it's because I'm excited to start that book or what. I don't know. But I still hate Chris, the fiance. He is insufferable. Literally, she called him and she's like, can you come to Florida? Like, I need you. He goes, you don't need me. Plus, I have like work to do. You work from home. You work remotely. You can take your work. But if someone called me, like my fiance called me and said, hey, I need you. Can you come here? Like, I'm not doing well on the next flight or I'm driving, you know? And that's what you're supposed to do when you love and care for someone. But he's just like, no, babe, you don't need me. Like, you can do this. She needs you. She's in a very vulnerable state. She's with someone that she hasn't really been with for 4 years. Something happened that she hasn't really talked about. And she's saying she needs you and your support. And you're just like, no, I'm good. I don't like him. And she admitted the only reason why she's writing this next book is because Chris needs the money. And I'm just like, that's not... Why are we writing a book for someone that needs the money? Like, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do it because you love writing. And yeah, even Nathan is just like, he's so sad for her that like she loves to write, but she hasn't written anything because she feels this pressure to write something. And he doesn't like Chris. I like Nathan. I do. I don't know. I just don't like them. Something's not meshing between the two. But yes, that's about it for physical. With audiobook, I'm listening to The Adventures of Amina El Sarafe. No, Amina El Sarafe. You know what I'm saying. Love this book. I'm having so much fun with this book. I don't really talk about the plot. I think I did it a couple vlogs ago. I've been listening to it for a while because I'm listening to it on 1x speed. I'm not speaking up. I told myself this year we're not listening to any audiobook on 2x speed because I feel like when I do that, I'm just not really taking in the story and taking in the immersive experience of an audiobook. An audiobook is such an immersive experience, especially this book. This book, whoever the narrator is, she is doing so well. There's 2 different narrators. The one is kind of, he just like interrupts the story and he's the person that's interviewing Amina. Like Amina herself is narrating the story, and then you have like the person who's interviewing Amina, and how it's set up is Amina is telling you stuff that happened that infamous night, or you know, she's telling her life events basically, and like because she's doing like one last mission, and that's what she's like telling. I guess I should have said that first. That's what she's like telling the interviewer, and we'll have like little parts in the book where she like goes away from the mic and she's like, well, this is what I mean. And she's like talking to someone off the mic, and then she comes back and she's like, okay, where were we? Like, I just think it's a very immersive experience, and I'm really liking it a lot. I really like Amina's voice. She's just like a badass female and a badass mother, and I'm really loving the aspect of getting a main female character that's also a mother. And I don't know, I love all the other characters that we're meeting along the way. And we actually just met the person that is her daughter's father, and it's an interesting thing. And I don't know what the summary says, so I don't want to say it if it doesn't say it in the summary. But yeah, I'm just really liking this book a lot. I think if you're looking for a book that's very like, if you're looking for a book with a badass female main character that's a mother, you're looking for a fantasy book that's set on a pirate ship where there's, you know, you have this found family because you have the crew that she loves oh so much, and then you have like this mission they're going on, and then you have there's a little bit of like a love thing going on, but I wouldn't know if it's like actually love. Maybe lust is what it is, but yeah, I don't know. It's really good. I recommend it a lot. I really want the physical book because I feel like I would have annotated the crap out of this book because the writing is so good. But that's about it for that. I'm gonna end the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Make sure to come back to next week's vlog because next week's vlog is gonna be so exciting because we're gonna have Taylor Swift Eras Tour concert in that vlog, and I'm really excited. And yeah, just lots of exciting things coming up. So make sure you guys are subscribing if you don't want to miss that. I would also love to have you here. If you don't already, you can follow me on my social medias, TikTok and Instagram. They're always linked down below for you guys. And I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are reading lots of good books. And I will see you guys in my next video.